Alright, in this video we are going to solve a few questions which particularly focus on discriminant. So starting from this one, if x square minus mx plus n is equal to 0 has equal integral roots. Now we know that roots of any quadratic equation are given by alpha and beta are given by minus b plus minus root d upon 2a. And this plus minus root d is what differentiates between alpha and beta. For alpha we add root d and for beta we subtract root d. So if both alpha and beta have to be equal, this part has to be 0. That means discriminant has to be 0. And then both the roots will come out to be minus b upon 2a. If we put the values, b here is actually minus m. So this is a minus minus plus, that is m upon a is 1 here. So m upon 2. Both the roots will come out as m upon 2 when discriminant is 0. That means b square minus 4ac is 0. Substitute the values. B square is nothing but minus m square, that is m square, minus 4a is 1 and c is n. So minus 4n is equal to 0. So m will come out as plus minus 2 root n. Okay. Now both the roots are equal and integer as well. So alpha and beta are integer. That means m by 2 is an integer. So m by 2 is an integer. That means m is 2 times an integer. 2 times an integer. That means m is also an integer only. Okay. So one thing that we are sure of is that m is an integer. And in all the options, first, second and third, m is an integer. Let's look further. Let's try to find something about n. Now m is an integer. Okay, that to an even integer. There is a 2 multiplied. So m is an even integer. And if m is an integer, that to an even integer, then m upon 2 will be will also be an integer. M upon 2 will also be an integer, and if root of n has to be an integer, then n will also be an integer only. So both m and n are integer, this we can say for sure. And m and n are even integer. So is n an even? M is an even integer for sure, but is n an even integer? This we cannot say for sure. We have no data to support this, right? So this we cannot say for sure. M is an even integer, right? That's right. N is a perfect square of a positive number. Now what comes under the root sign has to be positive. This we have seen in a square root inequality. Otherwise this won't be a real number. This will be imaginary. So n has to be a positive number. This we can say for sure. And n has to be a perfect square. Then only root of n will come out as an integer. And then only m will be an integer. Okay, so n is a perfect square of a positive number. This also is true. So if first and third are true, our answer is fourth option. Both 1 and 3 are true. Next question. The quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, abc not equal to 0 has complex root. Now complex root, what does that mean? That means discriminant is less than 0. Then only the roots are imaginary. So d is less than 0. That means b square minus 4ac is less than 0. Okay, that means b square is less than 4ac. Minimum change that can be made to either a, b or c so that quadratic equation has real and equal roots. For real and equal roots, discriminant has to be 0. That means b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. That means b square is equal to 4ac. So we have to make a minimum change in either a, b or c so that we reach from this situation to this situation. So this is what we have, and this is what we want, by doing a minimum change in either a, b or c. Okay. So from here to here, if you want to go from here to here, The question is pretty straightforward. We can either decrease a little bit so that this whole becomes equal to b square, or we can decrease c a little bit, or we can decrease a and c both, right? But if we increase the left hand side, then also this can become equal to 4ac, b square can become equal to 4ac. But if I am increasing b a little bit, that increment is getting squared, that change in b is getting squared, and it is amounting to a much larger value. So a little change in b can help us get b square equal to 4ac. So the change that should be made should be in b only, right? For a and c, we don't have any powers on them, so a large change has to be made. A will have to be decreased by a larger number in order to bring this inequality to an equality, in order to bring 4ac equal to b square. Our answer is 2. Next question. Alright, so we have two functions, p of x and q of x, and then we have an equation, p of x into q of x is equal to 0. If we calculate discriminant for this first function, if we consider this as a quadratic equation, the discriminant d of p will be equal to b square minus 4ac, right? And for the second equation, d of q, discriminant will be equal to b square, that is d square, minus 4a, a is minus a, so minus minus is plus 4ac, right? If I add both these discriminants, dp plus dq will be, this minus 4ac and 4ac will get cancelled, this will be equal to b square plus d square, which is greater than equal to 0, as this two are perfect squares being added. So this will always be greater than or equal to 0. A perfect square cannot be negative. Now as sum of two discriminants is greater than or equal to 0, at least one of these discriminants has to be non-negative. At least one of them has to be non-negative, then only the sum can be positive. So at least one of these two equations, if at least one of these discriminants is non-negative, then at least one of these two equations has real solutions. If one of these equations has real solutions, that means at least two real roots are there. Answer 4 will be correct. This is the minimum condition. At least two real roots are there. If in case both the discriminants are non-negative, both the equations will have real roots. And then in that case, this one will also be true. But we cannot say for sure that if both the discriminants are non-negative or not. What we can say for sure is that at least one discriminant is non-negative and at least two real roots are there. Answer 4 is correct. Next question. So we have a quadratic expression less than 0. So the possible graph for this inequality will look something like this. The parabola will be totally below the x-axis, okay? Then only it will be covering negative y values. So for this curve, we can say two things for sure. One is that discriminant is less than 0 because it has imaginary roots. That means this curve will never cut x-axis. No value on the positive y-axis will be covered by this curve, okay? And second thing, as this curve is opening downwards, a will have to be less than 0. Then only the curve will open downward, okay? So if we apply these two conditions on our quadratic expression, a less than 0 means m plus 4 is less than 0. That means m is less than minus 4, okay? And d less than 0 means b square minus 4ac is less than 0. B square is 4m square minus 4, a is m plus 4 and c is 2m minus 6 is less than 0. 4m square minus, open these brackets, 4m into 2m, this is 8m square minus 4m into minus 6, so this is plus 24m minus 4 4s are 16 into 2 minus 32m minus 4 4s are 16 into minus 6, this is plus 96 is less than 0. This is minus 4m square minus 8m plus 96 is less than 0. If I divide left hand side as well as right hand side of this inequality by minus 4, this is the final equation we will get. M square plus 2m minus 24 will be greater than 0. As we are dividing by a negative number, this inequality sign will change. Okay. I have covered these rules of solving inequality in a separate video. So if you are confused about how to proceed about this inequality, you can pause the video right now and check out the video of inequalities. Okay. So this would further be factorized as m plus 6 into m minus 4 is greater than 0, and this inequality will result in the answer m belongs to minus infinity to minus 6 union 4 to infinity. So if this is the number line, this is minus 6 and this is 4 and this here is minus 4. So m less than minus 4, these two conditions should be satisfied. So we are going to take intersection of this first equation and this second. Okay, this one is second. So these two regions, we are going to take intersection of these two regions. So first is m less than minus 4. That means starting from minus 4, not including minus 4, and all the values less than minus 4. And second one is giving us m is minus infinity to minus 6. That means from minus 6 till minus infinity and from 4 till infinity. So these are the values that both these regions are covering. Both these inequalities are covering. That is from minus infinity to minus 6. This is the wrong way to write it. Minus 6 to minus infinity. This has to be from minus infinity to minus 6. Okay. Next question. The number of two-digit positive integral values of m for which the roots of equation this are rational. So we have seen this in the concept video. When roots are rational, that means discriminant is of the form k square, right? So first thing that we are going to do is find out the discriminant. B square, that is 2m minus 1 whole square minus 4, a is m and c is m minus 2. So this is equal to 4m square minus 4m plus 1 minus 4m square plus 8m. Then this is equal to 4m plus 1. And discriminant is equal to k square, that means 4m plus 1 has to be equal to k square. So if I write down some values of perfect squares, that will be 1, 4, 9, 16, 25 and so on. Okay. All these values, 9 will be of the form 4m plus 1. When m is 2, 4m plus 1 will give us 9. Okay, even 1 is of the form of 4m plus 1. If m is 0, we will get 1. Okay, 25 is also of the form 4m plus 1. So all the odd squares are of the form 4m plus 1. So let's see what are the perfect squares which give us two-digit positive integral values of m. Okay, so if I start from 4 into 6 plus 1, this is 25. That is 5 square, but 6, this is the value of m. 6 is not a two-digit value. Okay. Next odd square will be 7 square, and for that we will have to multiply 4 into 12 plus 1. Okay. Now this 12 is a two-digit value. So starting from 7 square will go up till 21 square will cross 400 and m value will cross 100. Okay, m value will turn out to be 3-digit number. So less than 21 square will be 19 square, and for that our m value will be 4 into 90 plus 1. 361 is 19 square. Okay, so starting from 5 square till 19 square, starting from 7 square till 19 square, all these values are going to give us two-digit positive integral values for m. So how many values are there? 7 square, 9 square, 11 square, 13 square and 15 square and 17 square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 values are there for m, And fourth option is the correct answer. So a very nice concept that we have covered through this example. Always remember that if roots are rational, then discriminant has to be of the form k square. That's it for this video. I hope you liked all the examples and all the concepts that we have discussed in this video. Solve a few more questions and you will get a pretty strong hold on the concepts of discriminant. Thank you.